Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 9 of the Philly 4 pod. Today, we'll be talking about the Philadelphia Flyers' end of the season. The 76ers being robbed of a win in Game 2. The Eagles draft coming up tomorrow as well, and then a little update on the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, let's get into the first heavy hitter of this episode. The Philadelphia Flyers, as of last time I made an episode, we're still in it. Barely. Headed to game 82 against the Capitals, and they were barely in it. Something's had to go perfectly right for them. And obviously it didn't. They lost 2-1 to the Capitals. Capitals got in. Kind of ruined the Red Wing season as well. So I'm just going to take maybe 5 minutes-ish, maybe more. Just kind of recapping the Flyers season and where it went wrong this year. Well, alright, let's start at the very beginning. Coming to the season, there's really no expectations for the Philadelphia Flyers. I even had them on this very podcast way back when it was Philly. It wasn't Philly 4 pod, it was Peter's Power Play. I projected them to go like 20 games under 500 or something. And they ended up almost making the playoffs, which is great. But along the way, you check markers, you see how good this team was. They looked good. They kept beating the good teams that you didn't think they were going to beat. Hart was playing really well. This guy Erson, rookie, he comes up, he's playing just as well as Hart. They're both kind of feeding off of each other. Keeps going. All-Star break, you lose Carter Hart. You lose Carter Hart because of what's going on with him. And you lose 5-0 to the Bruins, and then it's just like, okay, it's fine. They'll get their stuff together after the All-Star break. First few games, you get to go back together. And then Erson starts to fall off a cliff. And then Cal Peterson has to play a game. He sucks. Then Erson plays, and then they bring up Sandstrom. He plays well his first game, and then he plays against Boston. It was ish. It was meh. And then he sucked the next game he played. So it was like a real up and down thing with the goalies, and obviously fed it up. But like over the season, the young guys played well. Tortorella coached well, and then towards the end, I think just it wasn't sustainable. I think the Couturier benching isn't all that has to do with it, but I think it's some of it. I think that him benching Couturier was like, okay, well, if our captain's getting benched, I think that has something to do with it, even though I think it was the right move to do. I think you had to bench Coots there, especially with like how bad he was playing at the time. Another thing is obviously trading Walker, even though I would have done it too. Another thing that I thought they did right, ended up killing them, and you had to do it. I'm not disagreeing with it. Trading Sean Walker was perfect. That's what you needed to do. But unfortunately, that ended up killing you because of, okay, then you get injured with your D. Okay, Ristolainen is out for the year. Great, that's fun. Drysdale is still hurt at that time. Steelers hurt at that time. Okay, then you trade Sean Walker. Okay, maybe when they get fully healthy with Drysdale come back and all that. I doubt it. And it killed them because you did have the defense, you did have the shot blocking, you did have the physicality and the scoring you did with when Sean Walker was here. Would I still have done it looking back on it? Hell yeah, you got a first, or I think a first from it. A late first, obviously, but you got a first. And then obviously the Carter Hart thing just kind of was when it was like, that's the main thing that happened that kills you. And obviously the 8-game lose streak, but I'll touch on that in a minute. And Carter Hart doing what he did back in 2018, 2016, whichever year it was, ruined his career single-handedly if he's ruled guilty, which he will be. More than likely, he will be. And, you know, how do I even say this without getting frustrated? I mean, he was playing so well. Oh my god, he was playing so good. Him and Urson were a great duo. Nothing looked like it didn't look like it was like not sustainable. Like it didn't look like, oh, Hart's gonna fall off a cliff or Urson's gonna fall off a cliff. Well, once Hart leaves, Urson has to play every game. He's a starter. He's never done that. And down in Lehigh Valley last year for the Phantoms, this is what happened. He was a starter. He was the guy. And he fell off a cliff after, like, late in the season. And I'm not blaming it on him. I mean, the Hart thing sucks. I mean, that's really what killed you. You just can't expect Urson to keep playing the way he is. It's not fair to Urson. And I obviously just like troll because like I used to be a Hart guy. Oh, Urson sucks. He doesn't. He's a good goalie. I don't think he'll be anything more than an okay good goalie. But I mean, I hope he proves me wrong. He's a generational talent, but I don't know. We're gonna have to see anyway. I mean, it was unfair to Urson to even judge him much based off this year. And this situation was just so messed up. Call myself that. I mean, you can't expect a guy who's never done that to just step in and take the team to the playoffs. And it's, how do I say this lightly, mind-boggling to me that there's some idiots, absolute buffoons on the internet saying, well, when someone like James Bowowski or whatever, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name, I don't know his name, I forget his first name, James, he was tweeting about, like, he said, the Flyers goaltending is in a good spot. They don't even really need to re-sign Hart, even if it's a potential thing of him coming back. Say Fedorov, Kolosov, way into the lanes in Lehigh Valley, who's playing really well, and you got Urson and some buffoon on the comment was like, well, Fedorov and Urson aren't NHL starters, and Kolosov, we don't know. He better be the one. First of all, that's unfair to judge Urson or Fedorov. As Tortorella said, he put them in a hell of a spot. A hell of a spot. And it's unfair to Fedorov too. Having to come in there and play a few games, important games, and not getting used to it, unfair to him as well. And I mean, I think Kolosov will be good, but like, even if, okay, say he's right? Kolosov's not good. Fedorov and Urson don't end up being consistent starters. You still got like two other solid goalie prospects. One of these guys has to hit. And now let's touch on the 8-game losing streak. The Philadelphia Flyers lost to teams like the Sabres 6-2. No. Whatever score it was, it wasn't good. And to teams like the Blue Jackets and the Canadians of the world, they were getting killed by them, and that's what killed them. That's why it was done. When they lost 9-3 to Montreal, even though I still believed after that, it was like it was over. Then you can't lose 8 games in a row, especially when you play teams like the Montreal Canadiens, like the Columbus Blue Jackets, who were injured at the time. I mean, it's just unacceptable. You can't lose those games. Now, do I think there's a possibility that they make the playoffs next year? Sure, but I mean, it's very unlikely. What happened this year was an anomaly. It doesn't happen often. The Flyers aren't this good a lot. And will it happen again? I don't know. But this is like a thing where if you're that close and you're not expecting to be there, you better finish the job. And watching this Washington-New York series, Washington doesn't stack up at all. The Flyers were more built to be a pain in the ass in the playoffs. Sorry for cussing. I mean, the Flyers were built for that. If they would have made it, they would have been a tough team to get out. Would they have gotten out? Yes, they would have lost first round to the Rangers. But it would have been a 6-5 game series on like a sweep. Like it's going to be of the Capitals. I mean, it's just unacceptable how we didn't get in. We had a 75% chance at one point. Disgraceful. That's all I'm going to say before I start repeating myself. I mean, horrible. Next. Oh, God. This is where I'm going to start screaming if you want to lower your volume if you're using headphones. The Philadelphia 76ers are down 2-0 in this series against the New York Knicks. Now, let's just backtrack to right before Game 2. Maxi's questionable with an illness. Embiid's questionable with his injuries. They both play. They combine for 69 points. You'd think they win that game. No! The refs robbed them of a win. And all the Knicks fans were replying to my comments that when I say the refs were bad, the refs were horrible, the refs gave you that game. And you keep saying, oh, DiVincenzo made the three. The DiVincenzo three only happened because the refs were horrible. Okay? Kyle Lowry's inbounding the ball. Nick Nurse is going like this. Time, looking right at the ref. He does it multiple times. Stops. Backs against the ball. He looks at the ref. Again. Time. Wasn't awarded. And also, when the last 2 minutes report came out, we were right. Maxey was didn't push off with Josh Hart. Brunson and Hart both fouled him, and DiVincenzo should have been called for defensive 3 seconds, offensive or defensive 3 seconds. All those things would have benefited the Sixers and single-handedly won them this game. You can't just not award Nick Nurse a timeout. That's not how this works. That's not how basketball works. Nick Nurse can't look at the ref and have eye contact with them and everyone on the floor call for a timeout. Embiid said that. And Nick Nurse be like, time, and then you not award it to him. That's not how this works. Even Shaq said something about it. He said, okay, NBA needs to take away that last 2 minutes report because, okay, well, what does it do for Philly? Oh, it's, oh, well, get him next time. No, because this could have single-handedly ended the Sixers season. Do I think it is? No. I think they're going to win the series in 6. The way the refs were in MSG, both games, I think it was way worse than Game 2. Can't happen. Well, hopefully we'll get a better whistle at home. And I think we will. I think we'll play better at home. I think the role players will play better at home. But, God, you can't just rob a team of a game because it's at MSG. Or whatever stupid reason you had. That's horrible. There's multiple fouls that you missed there. And also, okay, fine. Let's stop talking about the ref situation. Let's go to the gameplay. Embiid needs to make his free throws, but I get that. He's tired. He's hurt. Whatever. You need to get that rebound. Harris, Embiid, Batum, anyone in that space getting that rebound. You need to get that. And it's mind-boggling to me how Kelly Oubre wasn't on the floor for the fourth quarter. He's better than Tobias Harris, guys. Nick, I love you, and I trust you with every ounce of my Sixers fandom. But Nick Nurse, dude, you gotta put Oubre in there over Tobias Harris. Nick Nurse is a dog. Nick Nurse needs to realize that Kelly Oubre will fight tooth and nail for that rebound. He'll jump over 20 guys just to get that rebound and seal the game for the Sixers. He will. It also touched on another dog that we had that has gotten effectively 0 minutes. 0. Is Ricky Council. Bro, he's a dog. He's physical. He's athletic. He can shoot. He can play defense. He talks shit. Put him in the game. Put him in the game. Like, really. And it's a thing of he could be the X factor in the series if he plays. And Buddy Hield, we need to touch on him. He's only get 2 shots a night and then he's not scoring. I mean, he needs to get the ball more. And also, I'm not mad at Maxey and Embiid at all for this loss. Maxey and Embiid showed up in this game. The 4 main reasons that I think we lost. Refs rebounded. The rebounds are killing the Sixers. I mean, really. You can't just blatantly let the Knicks do what they're doing. They're holding every possession. They're fouling every possession. They're getting so lucky with the bounces, and there's no calls at the end of the game are horrible. And the no timeouts, horrible. It's shocking how the refs are that bad. How when you're getting paid to officiate a basketball game, that's all you do with your life, right? I'm not judging, like, oh yeah, that's all you do with your life. You should be pretty easy. No, but like when that's all you do, and you study the games, you know how to ref, you have to make those calls. They got robbed of a win, highway robbery of a win, and the series should really be 1-1. I mean, Embiid said, I mean, we can even play the clip if you want it. Let me just grab the clip real quick. And Embiid said this, and it was right after the game. I agree with him. And I agree with him, for sure. And I can pull it up real quick. But I mean, the fact that he said that, he said, quote, we'll be good. And we'll be good. He said, we'll be good. We should be up 2-0 right now. We'll win the series. Here's the clip. I mean, this game was robbed right out of the Sixers' hand. Right out of their hand. Right out of their hands. I mean, they had it. They sold it, but also, like, you just can't miss that many foul calls. Can't.
We should be 2-0, so we good. We gonna win this series. We gonna win this. We know what we gotta fix.
That's your own being saying, we'll be good, we'll win this series. And I have full confidence in him. I have full confidence in this team. Because they're the better team than the Knicks, and I believe that. They need to fix the rebounding, which they will. I believe him in that. They're going to win this series at 6. And if they don't, they don't. But I am confident that that's going to happen. That they're going to win this series in 6. You know why? Because Nick Nurse is a damn good basketball coach, so they can make adjustments and play players when he sees, okay, they can make a difference. Like the Ricky Council. Like the Oubre, like the Heels if he gets shots. And we'll see, but I really believe that they're going to win this series. Alright, really, that's all I'm going to say about this. Maybe even, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about game 2. Now, let's get into the happy stuff. Yay! Eagles draft tomorrow, Thursday, April 25th, 8:30, I want to say. So, 8:30. So let's talk about the 3 guys that I really want. They're all corners, no other exceptions. This is all just at pick 22, purely at pick 22. Cooper DeJean is one. I think he's really good. I think he could be a good corner in the NFL. Nate Wiggins, people are high on him. I've watched his tape. He's really good. My main guy, Kool-Aid McKinstry. I love him. He breaks up the passes. He's fast. He's aware. Only thing with him is the injuries, but I think that he won't get injured like that over in the NFL level with the level of doctors and stuff we have over here. So those are my three guys. If they get one of those three guys, I'll be happy. Now, if they're all gone and no lineman's fine, receiver's fine, but like you gotta go corner here, right? Well, let's see who's available. Let's share my screen and let's do a little mock draft. Just like 3 rounds, so it's really quick and I don't waste too much time. And just straight up from 22. No trades. Start draft. So PFF, if you want to go make your own. So who's here? I have one trade offer for the Dolphins. I ain't taking that even if I could trade. Okay. Nate Wiggins, Kool-Aid McKinstry, and Cooper DeJean are all here. Now, in the event of this happening, personally, I'm probably trading back to like 25 and getting Kool-Aid. I mean, Cooper DeJean could be really good. I'm sticking with my gut. I'm taking Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid McKinstry is the guy I think's the best in this draft. Really. Okay, second round pick. Some really good people here. Blake Corum, I don't love the idea of getting Edgar Cooper is here. Yeah. Really good linebacker. I mean, he's a ball hawk. He can get to the line. Really good. Torrey Franklin, I didn't mean to press you. Blake Corum still here. Alright, let's look at O-line, right? Tackle. Center. Let's look at center. If they have a center. They do not have some. I mean, tackle. Oh, God. I mean, here I'll probably just take the center. Best rated center here. I don't know much about him, but I mean, he's best rated. And that's probably what I do. I mean, there's not much. Let's try to find another one. Alright, let's do this. Seven rounds fast. 7 rounds. Eagles. Let's enter. Think there is trades in this one? We're not taking the Houston one. I'm not trading all the way back to 42. And I'm not taking the Chicago one. In this one, Cooper DeJean and Nate Wiggins are both available. Also, Chop Robinson could be another guy I like here. So now it comes down to, do I like Nate Wiggins better or do I like Cooper DeJean better? And me personally, I'm going Nate Wiggins. Nah, I'm going Cooper DeJean. Yeah. I'm confident in that. Am I? Alright, who's here at 50? I think it is. Who do I like here? Who do I like here, guys? Damn. Alright, well, let's look at a linebacker. There's not, I mean, Jeremiah Trotter's here. Is Edgar and Cooper here? I like Trotter better. Yeah, let's go Jeremiah Trotter. I love Jeremiah Trotter. Really. Let's see. Trade offer. Let's see. Oh, no, fuck that. Now I think you go offensive lineman, no? Center. Top rated center. Like, if you're going to go center, unless obviously they have more good idea on the centers in this draft, but I think you just go to best rated. Now at this point, you can just mess around and trade back, I think. But I don't love giving the 2025 third. Oh. Kane one pick before. It's crazy. Now you can mess around and get a receiver or a running back. Jalen Wright's not bad. Jalen Wright's not bad, actually. Hate that. Luke McCaffrey, take a chance on him, maybe. Oh, hate that. Let's go safety here. I think draft on need. Here would be perfect. Actually, let's just go. Yeah, as best as a safety anyway. And with your last pick, you can mess around. The last two picks, you can just mess around. I mean, in round 5, you just really kind of pick on who's the best player available. Another linebacker couldn't hurt you. And this corner. I like both of them, but at this point, just go for whoever is higher up on your draft board. There's no trades at this point, so late round gem. That's what we're trying to find. Hartman. No. Best available? Yeah. Yeah, another center. I don't think we have a 7th round pick, do we? No. Okay, so the results for this draft class was Cooper DeJean, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Van Porn Gardner, Luke McCaffrey, Tyke Smith, Curtis Jacobs, Devin Shrine, and Matt Lee. I like that draft class. A lot of people probably wouldn't agree with me on that. But I do like the Cooper DeJean pick there if Kool-Aid's gone. I would also not mind Nate Wiggins. Either or would be fine for me. But, it's all based on Howie's preference. And as long as Howie doesn't go offensive lineman first round, I'm fine. Alright, then, just to wrap it up, let's really quickly just go over an update on the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's just look up how they're doing right now. The Philadelphia Phillies, man. Low Leafs. They are losing 5-4 against Cincinnati Reds. Let's just really quickly go over everything. Zach Wheeler's probably going to be the Cy Young. Really good. Rangers been pitching really well. And lastly, Taijuan Walker's coming back, so that could really help the rotation. I think you push Sanchez to the bullpen, and you keep Turnbull in the lineup, in the rotation. I think that would help. Rojas, I think he's doing really well. He's fielding well. He's hitting well. Trey Turner's the best shortstop, maybe behind Mookie Betts in baseball right now. Also, one last comment is Cody Clemens had a really good game, his first game back, and for some reason he's benched 2 times in a row. That's all I'll say about that. That's all I'll say about the Phillies. Until next time, see you later. Have a blessed day, life, whatever, everything.